What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Stocks channel. My name is Cory, and tonight's episode is going to be your stock market technical analysis update. We did see some selling in the stock market today. Is this the correction that we've been waiting for, or is it just some minor selling before we continue to head higher? First up, let's take a look at the S&P 500 SPY ETF. So let's crack open this chart and see what's going on in the stock market today. Alright, so first up, I want to do a quick update on the $1,000 account challenge that I did start for the year 2021. The goal is to see how much money I can turn $1,000 into in an entire trading year. So as you can see here, for the day, we're up 3.24% and we're currently sitting at $1,111. For the past 1 week, we're up 10.55%. So the challenge is off to a relatively good start, and it is very challenging trading a small account like this, so it's a learning lesson for me as well, and I'm learning as we go along together. I'm putting every single trade I make for this challenge in the Stocks channel Discord. Every single trade I make, entry and exit, is posted in its own channel in the Discord server. If you're interested in this challenge, come check us out at the Stocks channel Discord, and you can find out how to join by clicking on the link in the description of this video. While I don't recommend copying my trades exactly how I do them, it's definitely insightful to see how I grow this account as the year goes on, and it could help you as a trader and an investor to see how I'm trading. So I'm really excited about this challenge, and I can't wait to see how much money we can turn this into. Alright, so going back to the S&P 500, the first thing I want to take a look at is the price action, and we did close negative 0.35% for the day, closing right on top of the 5 EMA. So the price action is still bullish because we're still trading right on top of the 5 EMA, and we still have this really strong bull trend here. As you can also see on the chart, we did gap up and we gave back all of those profits for the day, closing near the low of the day. There is going to likely be a very strong resistance level somewhere around $381.86 in the very near future. So I do think there's some upside left in this market, but we should find a strong resistance at that level, which could send us into a short-term correction. This is just a minor sell-off and it's nothing to worry about, but I do think we are reaching a temporary top before we have to have a little bit of a cool off in this market. Now, if we do start breaking and closing over that level, let's just round it up to 382. Don't forget my price target is all the way up here at $393. So with bullish price action and bullish trending, I think we're heading higher towards 393, but keep in mind that it's going to take some time to get there. It's not like we're just going up there in a straight line without any volatility or any selling. So have realistic expectations and don't be too impatient. Just know that this market is still bullish and it's still trending higher. So you want to keep your eyes on the prize, which is up there at the price target of $393. So as long as this market is bullish, it is still a buy the dip market and you're going to continue to see bulls buying the dip. The first thing I want you to pay attention to on today's price action is while we did have a red day of selling, there was absolutely low volume today. There is no evidence that there is any big money selling when we see a red day with this low volume. If there was big money dumping their positions, we would have saw way more volume on a day like this. So do not panic sell just because we had a red day. It's completely normal to see selling in bull markets, and it's completely normal to see corrections in bull markets. So don't fear a correction just because you're seeing a red day. There's definitely a lot of noise going on around there that a correction is coming, which means it's only more likely that we're not near a correction because the retail investors are typically wrong. And if they were going to time the correction to the exact day that it happened, they would all be rich right now. So don't fear the unknown, just be objective and follow the price action and the trend, which are still bullish. There's going to be support level at the 5 EMA, so I would not be surprised to see us bounce from here and start heading up to my first price target at 382. Once we break and close over that, it should be on our way to 393. If we do continue to head lower, there's going to be very strong support at the 20 simple moving average, which is now right around $373. Don't forget, we could still find support at the previous price target of $377. Next up is the Nasdaq 100 QQQ ETF, and we see the Nasdaq 100 went down negative 0.53% today, and the price action closed just below that 5 EMA. So not the best price action, but just like I said on the S&P 500, we saw selling on extremely low volume, relatively speaking. So there's no sign or evidence that there's big money dumping their positions, and we're likely coming into a very strong support level right around $313 as soon as tomorrow. If we do break below 313, we have strong support at the 20 simple moving average right around $312. So there's still plenty of support below the price action that we can continue to bounce off of and head higher. My price target on the QQQ ETF is at $321, and I do think we're going to start trending towards that number in the very near future. Next up is the Dow Jones DIA ETF. and we saw the Dow Jones going down only negative 0.19% and closing above the 5 EMA. Again, still bullish price action and bullish trending, and we still haven't met my price target on the DIA ETF, which is still up here at $312. So it still looks like there's more upside in this market before we hit resistance, and I do think we're going to start bouncing off of these levels because we did close right on top of support today. Next up is the ARKK ETF, and we saw the ARKK ETF doing really well today, going up 2.51% and closing over my price target of $144. So you know what that means with bullish price action and bullish trending and breaking price targets is we now have to raise our price target and look towards the next level. So it does look like the ARKK ETF is going to have no trouble getting up to the next price target at $149. That should be a very strong resistance level, and I would think we're getting towards a temporary top before we see some selling in these stocks when we get to that level. We do have possible support off of these moving averages because ARKK is running, so watch the 5 EMA, and if we do start selling, there should be a strong support level down at $135. Next up is the VIX, which is the fear indicator, and we saw the VIX going up 4.68% today, which is completely normal when we see the market selling off a little bit. The VIX is still trading below the 50 EMA, and it still has no strong trending in either direction. So you can see all of the moving averages are now bunching up, and the VIX could be getting ready for a big move in either direction. So it still looks like the VIX is in a downward trend, and it could find support down here around 21.5. So if the VIX does start blasting higher from here, it could mean we're going to see some selling in the market. Or if the VIX continues to head lower, it means we're likely heading back to new all-time highs very soon. So watch the VIX closely because it is at a pivot point where it could go in either direction very soon because it is consolidating and building up energy, getting ready to move. Next up is the US dollar, and we did see the dollar going down today, going down negative 0.12%. But still trading over these moving averages. In the grand scheme of this trend, it's still bearish because we still have a negative sloping 50 EMA and the price action is still trading below that trend. You can see in the short term there is some small bullish trending building up momentum, but we have yet to form this daily higher high on the dollar. So 90.65 is that resistance level that we would need to see the dollar close above to start getting some bullish trending building up. If I switch this over to a 1 hour chart, you can still see that we have lower highs and we have not closed above that level. We're closing below resistance, and it does look like on a 1 hour chart that we are starting to get a lower low forming here. So it does look like the dollar is going to continue to trend lower. And if I go back to a daily chart, my support level is still down here at $89 and we have never tested that support level. So I do think the odds favor the US dollar continuing to head down for one leg lower to test this $89 support level. So remember, a weak dollar will be a strong stock market, so that does favor the stock market to continue to go higher. Next up is gold, and with weak dollar, we should see strong gold, but we really see gold going absolutely nowhere today, but it did have a very volatile day. The good news on gold is we're still holding up above this support area right around 1843, and we never got a daily lower low close. So gold is still looking bullish in the medium term, but you can see in the short term, it is starting to develop some bearish trending. So we would really need to see gold's price action start bouncing from here and start heading higher to close over that 20 simple moving average. Because we do have a medium term bull trend and we are holding up on support on a higher low, my price target remains up here at 1930. So it does look like gold is going to start putting in a bottom and start reversing soon. But if it does close below support at 1826, that will be a bearish sign for gold, and it means it is likely heading lower back to the support all the way down here at 1760. So gold's still looking bullish in the short term, but the price action really needs to start moving in a big way soon to prove this chart is going to remain bullish. Next up is silver, and we did see silver going up today, but still finding resistance somewhere around the 5 EMA and closing below it. We're still holding up over the 50 EMA, and we still have a strong bull trend because the 20 simple moving average is way over the 50 EMA. So I am still looking for silver to come up to my price target at 26.56, and a break and close over that level should bring us to silver levels of $28. Next up is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is still looking bullish ever since we had this steep pullback. Bitcoin found support around the 20 simple moving average, and we're back to closing over the 5 EMA for 2 days in a row now. You can see the bullish trend was never phased by that sell-off, and we still have strong bullish trending. My price target is still up here at $42,700, and that price target was never actually met yet. So I do favor Bitcoin getting back to that price target, and we'll see if Bitcoin can blast right through it like it's not even there, or if we're going to find resistance yet again. Next up is Amazon stock, and it's still looking bearish with the bearish price action closing below all of the moving averages. We still have a bear trend on Amazon, therefore I cannot suggest buying this stock just yet. We have to hold up above this $3,090 level for Amazon to remain bullish because we still do have higher highs and higher lows. A close below 3090 will be a sell signal to get out of Amazon. Next up is Apple, and we saw Apple going down negative 1.5% today, and it's back to closing below the moving averages. Apple could find support at $126 or down near the 50 EMA right around 124 and 125. You could see on the chart that Apple is still trending to the bull side because the 20 simple moving average is still positive sloping and trading over the 50 EMA. So all Apple needs is some good price action closes back over the 20 simple moving average, and it's going back into a bull trend heading back up to 136. If it can get to 136 and break and close over it, the next price target is all the way up here at 141. So Apple's still looking relatively bullish, and we are seeing higher lows forming, which means it could be putting in a bottom and starting to head higher in the very near future. On the financial sector, we got bullish price action over the 5 EMA and a very strong bullish trend. On the industrials, we're still closing over the 5 EMA and the bullish trending is picking up momentum. On the healthcare sector, we closed right on top of the 5 EMA, but we still have the benefit of a very strong bull trend. So back to the S&P 500, we can see the VIX did spike a little bit, but that's completely normal when we see some selling. The selling did hold up on support, and we see the SPY level holding up right on top of the 5 EMA. All of the sectors are still looking bullish except for the tech sector, but I do expect to see the tech sector strengthening in the very near future. The US dollar should be heading lower, and a weak dollar is still a strong stock market. So all of the bullish price action and trending and the weak dollar and the VIX that's still holding up below resistance means the stock market is likely to continue to head higher from these levels. So while there is probably a stock market correction coming sometime this year, don't try to call a top and don't get too bearish on a market that has a strong bullish trend. So continue to watch the SPY levels of 382, and of course if we break and close over that, the next level is up here at 393. If you're looking for a profitable, disciplined trading community, come check us out in the Stocks Channel Discord. You can find out how to join by clicking on the link in the description of the video. So next up, let's take a look at the Stocks Channel Hot Stocks. Alright, our first hot stock of the night is of course going to be Tesla stock, and we did see Tesla stock going down negative 1.1% for the day, but still bullish price action closing over that 5 EMA. So ever since Tesla closed outside that upper Bollinger Band, it's really just been cooling off and hanging around the 850s. It's not surprising to see Tesla cooling off, and it's still looking very bullish over that 5 EMA. And you can see how strong the bullish trend still is. So I still think Tesla is going to hit the price target of $903 any day now. It's really just consolidating, and you can see it's sort of forming a wedge pattern right over top of that 5 EMA. So a big move is coming for Tesla in the very near future. But don't always just assume that that means the big move has to be to the upside. I do think Tesla will hit $900, but I could be completely wrong and Tesla could tank from here and start heading lower. So the strongest support level on Tesla is going to be that 20 simple moving average, which is right around $730. And if it breaks and closes below that, first of all, that's going to start looking bearish for Tesla, and there will be another support level right around 690. So there's definitely some downside risk in this stock, so don't chase it and don't try to go from $850 to $900. It's not worth the risk. But if you're still in the stock and you haven't sold yet, keep holding on because you still have bullish price action and bullish trending, and it's likely going to continue to head higher as long as this chart remains bullish. So I'm still bullish on Tesla stock, and I do think Tesla is going to have no problem getting to the price target of $903. Next up is NIO stock, and we do see NIO stock continuing to cool off, going down negative 2% today, but still closing over that 5 EMA with a bull trend. My biggest concerns on NIO stock are the open gaps at $59 and the other open gap down here at $55. So I do think NIO is still going to continue to head higher as long as this trend is bullish, but if we do start breaking and closing below the 5 EMA, we could close these gaps in a hurry. So there's definitely a lot of risk on NIO stock, and I really don't suggest taking on too much risk if you don't already own this stock. Just like with Tesla, I really don't suggest you buy it at these levels until these gaps close. Now the upside resistance levels on NIO stock are around $65 and the previous price target at $67. A break and close over $67 should send us up to the next price target at $70. Support levels could be the $59 gap or the $55 gap, so pay attention to those levels very closely. Next up is Palantir stock, and ever since Palantir had that false breakout and it failed to act as support, Palantir is continuing to break down, and we are getting bearish price action closes below the 20 simple moving average. If I go over to a 1 hour chart, you can see this a lot better, but we did get this false breakout and we failed to test that area as support, and we crashed right back down through that support level like it wasn't even there. So Palantir stock is still not a buy in my books, and it did close below that support level at $25. So the next level of support you want to watch on Palantir is somewhere around $23. However, the number one support that I am watching is either going to be the 50 EMA right around $22 or the other support level that we had in the past down around $21. So as long as Palantir is trading below support at 25 and below the 20 simple moving average, I have to remain bearish on this stock, and it's still not a buy in my books. This stock will likely be a buy sometime in the near future, but somewhere closer to these support levels at $23 and $21. Next up is Alibaba stock, and we saw Alibaba absolutely popping off today, going up 3.26% and breaking out of this consolidation wedge. Just like I said on Palantir, you want to watch for a breakout to act as support and get that confirmation bounce, and that's exactly what we saw in Alibaba stock. So if you look at Alibaba, it was consolidating within this wedge. We did get that breakout and that confirmation of that resistance level as support. And today was the confirmation bounce that Alibaba is going to be a bullish running stock. So if you see this 1 hour chart, you can see we had the breakout, test of the breakout, and then we bounced higher. And that is how you know this stock is ready to run. So going back to the daily chart on Alibaba, I think Alibaba from here is going to have absolutely no problem getting to my price target on 255. Remember when I first brought you this hot stock, I was saying buy at 216 and around 225. And if you're paying attention, you should be making a lot of money on this stock because it's giving you a lot of opportunities to get in and sell for profit. But at this point, Alibaba should have no point getting back to 255. And we're now closing over the 20 simple moving average. And you can see we're starting to get some bullish trending building up because the 5 EMA is getting ready to cross over the 13 EMA. So Alibaba is looking really good, and it should have no problem closing this gap and finishing out to get to my price target at 255. Next up is Zoom stock, and this is by far my favorite hot stock that I am very bullish on, and you should be able to see why I'm so bullish on this stock. This stock went up over 5% today, and it's getting right up here to that resistance level that I gave you the other night, right around $383. If you remember, I gave you this hot stock on Monday night, and I said buy it around $337. Zoom stock is now trading up here at $383 only 3 days later. So I'm giving you these hot stocks on the ground level, and if you're making money off these hot stocks, you should be smashing that like button on this video because I'm doing this for you. I'm very bullish on Zoom stock, and I think we're going to have no trouble getting up and breaking through this resistance and testing this resistance level right around 392 as early as tomorrow. This stock is moving in a very impulsive way, and you really want to ride this stock out to my price target at $418. I do think $418 will be a great time to start taking some profits, but I'm still very bullish on this stock, and I think it can continue to go much higher. So congratulations to everybody who took my suggestion to buy Zoom stock in the low 330s. I hope you're making a ton of money on this stock. And if you are making money on Zoom stock, let me know in the comment section below. If you're looking for more hot stocks at the ground level, I give a lot more hot stocks to my Discord members on a daily basis. So come check us out at the Stocks Channel Discord, and you can find out how to join by clicking the link in the description of this video. So I hope you all are crushing this market and making a ton of profits. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.